me, I would say, they're two little kids, Ian and Taylor, who recently passed from cancer, and throughout our filming, I was communicating with them, knowing that they were both terminal, and what they said to me and their parents said they're trying to hold on till this movie comes. And to a certain degree, you hear them say that and you're like, wow, that's like, I gotta get up and go to the gym. I gotta get up and go to work. I gotta learn these lines. I gotta work on this accent. Seeing how devoted all of my castmates are, and knowing that will be something meaningful to them. But it's, to a certain degree, it's a humbling experience, because you're like, this can't mean that much to them, But seeing how the world has taken us on, seeing how the movement and how it's taken on a life of its own, I realized that they anticipated something great. And I think back now to a kid and just, waiting for Christmas to come, waiting for my birthday to come, waiting for a toy that I was going to get a chance to experience, or a video game. I did live life waiting for those moments. And so it put me back in the mind of being a kid, just to experience those two little boys' anticipation of this movie. And when I found out that they...
Take your time with it.
Yeah, it means a lot.
What would he want Black Panther 2 to be like?
I can't answer that.
What would you want it to be like? I can't come here and ask a Black Panther question. No, I'm joking there. No, I get it.
I mean, I would want him to be in it. I would want him to continue to be King T'Challa. Now, I can answer what you aren't asking me.
Okay, what's that question?
I see a narrative being assembled by Hollywood. And I could be completely wrong, but a black man being a king does not fit the narrative of
not at all
what they want the world to see. A black man being a victim, black man being killed in the streets, but a black man being a king is not the narrative that they want the world to see, and I don't think they liked the response that came back from a black man being a king. And though I believe that black women are queens anyway, I think that the narrative that we will see is that the Black Panther will be a female next.
You think so?
I believe so. I believe it'll be her little sister, or his little sister. That's what I think. But a black man being a king does not fit what the powers that be want.
That's very interesting. It's said that the more we do talk things out, the more we do start to heal, yes, but also the more we start to honor the person too, which is even deeper, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I have other battles to fight that are surrounding this.
Yeah.
So that narrative that I gave sounds probably kind of conspiratorial.
You think?
I think so.
Why is that? I got to ask that. Why is that? The journalist in me's got to ask that question.
Say it again?
The journalist in me has to ask that question. Why is that?
I don't think anything happens by happenstance.
Huh.
I'm gonna leave it right there for now.
I got to come back. Thank you, man, for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Like strong grip there, man. I almost came out my chair.
The devastating loss of a dear friend and member of the Marvel Studios family. Chadwick Boseman was an immensely talented actor and an inspirational individual who affected all of our lives professionally and personally. His portrayal of T'Challa the Black Panther is iconic and transcends any iteration of the character in any other medium from Marvel's past. And it's for that reason that we will not recast the character. However, to honor the legacy that Chad helped us build through his portrayal of the King of Wakanda, we want to continue to explore the world of Wakanda and all of the rich and varied characters introduced in the first film. Writer-director Ryan Coogler is hard at work on the sequel now and will bring the film to you in theaters July 8th, 2020.
What are the chances we see the character of T'Challa in the MCU moving forward? And what is it like having to balance loyalty to a fan base and to a performer as regal and elegant as Chadwick Boseman, along with the future of that franchise, that character, and of Wakanda?
Yeah. It's a great question. I will say the chances that you see T'Challa in our, I'm not hedging my bets, I'm being quite honest. T'Challa is, you will not see T'Challa in the MCU 616 universe. We couldn't do it. I mean, I will say when Chad passed, it was a real conversation we had with Coogler about what do we do, and it was a fast conversation. It wasn't weeks; it was minutes of we have to figure out how to move this franchise on without that character, because I think we all feel so much of T'Challa in the MCU on the screen, not in comics, right? Is tied to Chadwick's performance. Is what he brought to that role, both on and off screen, I would argue. So as hard as it is narratively to figure out what to do, because it's a big hole, at no point did we consider recasting him. So the challenge for Black Panther Wakanda Forever is telling a story without T'Challa. And I think it's a challenge we're up for, and obviously we're in the middle of it, and we're figuring it out, and it's so far I think what we're getting is great. But the challenge of the movie, I think, is to entertain people, but there will be a level of, I think, catharsis in people coming back to this universe without that guy, because that guy and that universe to me are one and the same. So as filmmakers and storytellers, you have to figure out how people are going to feel going into your movie and what you want that movie to say about that guy who's not going to be in your movie.
Always going to be the conversation of should T'Challa ever be recast? Is Chadwick Boseman the only person who can play Black Panther? I have my own opinions on it, but I'm writing in a column. But I'm interested in what y'all think about whether this character can ever be anyone but Chadwick Boseman.
I think everyone has their right to how they think it should unfold. You know, I will say, as a fan of the books, the Black Panther to me is a mantle, right? And was a mantle in the first movie because his dad was the Panther. It's clearly something that's been handed down. I think that the story we want to tell is a specific story. It's not going to be the story everybody wants us to tell. And that's okay. You know what I mean? I think we only know how to tell the story that we know how to tell. And I hope when the movie comes out, people respond to it and take it for what it is. I think some people are going to come out of the movie going, no, we still believe what we think, and that's okay. We had to make the movie that we understood how to make. And Ryan had to write the movie that he understood how to write. The rest is up to you guys.
Oh, well, say less then.
Yeah, come on outside. Come on outside. What's up, what's good, what's poppin', what's crackin', what's percolating, what's really good? It is your man, Theo Butler, and welcome to let's have a real discussion, conversation of I ain't saying, I'm just saying with the Rock With Me Nation. Y'all go ahead and clap that thing on up. Yeah, we can talk about it. Come on, let's get into it. before we begin, like, share, subscribe. If you like, leave a comment. If you don't like, leave a constructive comment. Why? Because if you know me, grow me, and sharing is caring, and constructive comments help, and I do listen. I do listen. Y'all see the title? What about Chadwick Boseman's family? No, I should have did this video a long time ago, and maybe I've done this video several times and just haven't titled it like this. But I want to talk about Chadwick Boseman and Chadwick Boseman's family, because I don't want things to get left out when we talk about why we want T'Challa recast, which will actually be honoring Chadwick Boseman. Why we want to boycott Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever, because they literally desecrating the memory of Chadwick Boseman, his legacy, as well as the character. But I don't want to talk about the character today. Today, this video, I want to spend time talking about the man and his family. Ever since Derek Boseman, I'm not going to give Kevin Feige that credit. Ever since Derek Boseman made his statement on December 8th, there has been a reoccurring theme amongst anti-recasters. Some have lied. Some are YouTubers that have lied. Hey Vox from New Rock Stars. Hey Mastertainment. How y'all doing? Hey Grace Randolph. Hey, have went out of their way to lie on the man's family and not retract their statements. Now, anytime I'm thinking you want to be taken seriously in the entertainment industry as a journalist, as a movie reviewer, you got to do your damnedest to be right. And if you are wrong, you're supposed to be able to come out and say you are wrong. Other than that, you're just the entertainment. Well, you do have entertainment in your name, but nevertheless, I'm being petty, but I'm because it's irresponsible journalism. It's propaganda. It's hype. But what was that hype at for Chadwick Boseman's family? Grace Randolph. You worked at Marvel. You wrote for Marvel. Did you ever reach out to the Boseman family? Did you ever highlight what Derek said, what Kevin said, what his niece said, Chadwick Boseman's niece, did you ever highlight that? Did you ever talk about the fact that there is no relationship between Marvel Studios and the Boseman family? Did you? Had a responsibility to. I know you definitely couldn't wait to get in and tell people how you felt about the movie. Remember that time you told people that you didn't like the tribal aspects of Black Panther? Crazy how you feel like as a woman born in America, you can speak on somebody else's culture. Stay in your lane. Roxanne Gay. Have you spoken to the Bosemans? I know you spoke to the New York Times, and I know while you call yourself being unbiased, you have written for Marvel. I know. I've read your books. And let me just tell you, fans of Roxanne Gay, what the world of Wakanda under her writing looked like. It was a story about Anika and Ayo. There was no antagonist in the story. It was a love story about two women who happened to be Dora Milaje, who happened to serve the throne of Wakanda. There was no villain in this superhero book. 6 issues, if I'm not mistaken, right, Miss Gay? You chose to focus on that story. You use your experience with Marvel to tell people about a recast, but you didn't mention anything about the Boseman family. Neither you or the other young lady that's over there on Twitter. You never talk about the family. Why not? You're social media influencers with a larger platform than I have. Why have you not sat down with the family? Why have we not heard from y'all, you black women, black men? Why have we not heard from y'all in regards to Simone, in regards to Kevin, in regards to Derek? Why have we not heard from y'all? Why aren't you speaking from the family's perspective? Why can't you say you sat down with the family? Chadwick Boseman passed August 28th, 2020. It's almost 2 years later. It's 24 months. All of you columnists, it's crazy. The only person he felt comfortable speaking to was TMZ. And I know he's been reached out to, but why won't he talk to you? Maybe because you aren't going to keep it where it's supposed to be at. You're going to want to talk about the character when truth be told, you should want to talk about his brother. But if you talk about his brother, then you got to talk about his brother's wishes. You got to talk about the type of man that his brother was. But if you talk about the type of man that his brother was, that's going to go against everything this movie represents. You're going to be real hard to discredit Derek because he is a man of God. And Christianity is the prevailing dominant religion in this country. So with all that being said, why y'all don't want to talk to Derek? Why haven't you talked to Derek? All of y'all that keep talking to us about we have no idea about what the cast and crew had to go through, have you ever talked about what the family had to go through? When Reggie White passed, I don't think we talked about how the Green Bay Packers felt. I really think we talked about his wife and his children. I really think we talked about Reggie White, the man, and how he went on that pilgrimage to Mecca. I really think we talk about Reggie White, the man who taught himself how to read Hebrew so he could read the Bible in its original text. I learned all that about Reggie White after he died. I'm quiet because I think about the fact that everything that I've learned about Chadwick Boseman, I learned on my own. When Reggie White passed away, somebody gave us that information, put it right there on TV. But there are quite a few of us in the black community that don't know who Chadwick Boseman was as a man, and we don't care. We don't care about Chadwick Boseman, the man, and we don't care about Chadwick Boseman's family. We don't care about the fact that his brother, Derek, can take some responsibility for Chadwick being the man that we knew him to be. What about the family? We don't talk about the family nearly enough. We don't talk about the man like we should. And if we let Marvel have their way, we're not even going to honor the man like he should. Chadwick Boseman deserves more than a Muriel in a movie. When that Muriel is really not about him, it's about the fictional character that he played. Chadwick Boseman's family, his loved ones, they deserve more recognition, more appreciation, and more respect for who they are than what they're receiving. They deserve more acknowledgement. And when it's all said and done, we've done a piss poor job as a black community that's supposed to be about putting family first and putting Chadwick Boseman's family first. Anti-recasters, you said this man was had an affair with Lupita Nyong'o. Anti-recasters, you said the cast and crew knew this man better than his family. Anti-recasters, you can't even tell us who the man was. You can't even tell us what the man stood for. In essence, when it comes to Chadwick Boseman and his family, by and large, you're the last demographic that anybody should be listening to. I said this video was about Chadwick Boseman. I'm going to keep it right there. Honor Chadwick Boseman the right way. This ain't it. It never was. It never will be. And this movie has nothing to do with Chadwick Boseman. We knew that going all the way back to February 16th. I'm sorry. We knew that going all the way back to May 16th, 2018, that this movie had nothing to do with Chadwick Boseman. And if we didn't know then, we definitely knew December 8th, 2020, that this movie had nothing to do with Chadwick Boseman. I know we want to see it. I know some of us do. But when you want to stand up for right, when you need to stand up for what's right, it ain't about what you need to do. I'm sorry, it ain't about what you want to do. More often than not, it's about what you need to do. We know what we need to do. Boycott Black Panther 2. Send those monies to the Chadwick Boseman College of Fine Arts to make sure that, contrary to what Anthony Mackie said, we do have brothers and sisters going forward. That'll be more than qualified to take up any role that's presented to them. And it's our job to make sure they have those roles presented to them. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Listen, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me and everything like that. The more this goes on, as I said in another video, the more this goes on, the more, to me, it becomes less about getting T'Challa recast. It becomes more and more about honoring the man that is Chadwick Boseman and making sure that his family is acknowledged, because I'm so sick and tired of hearing about the cast and crew. Ain't you? I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace. Click, like, share, subscribe before you go. Got to get that in, right? Hey.
What would he want Black Panther 2 to be like?
I can't answer that.
What would you want it to be like? I can't come here and ask a Black Panther question. No, I'm joking there. No, I get it.
I mean, I would want him to be in it. I would want him to continue to be King T'Challa. Now, I can answer what you aren't asking me.
Okay, what's that question?
I see a narrative being assembled by Hollywood. And I could be completely wrong, but a black man being a king does not fit the narrative of
not at all
what they want the world
to
see. A black man being a victim, black men being killed in the streets, but a black man being a king is not the narrative that they want the world to see, and I don't think they liked the response that came back from a black man being a king. And though I believe that black women are queens anyway, I think that the narrative that we will see is that the Black Panther will be a female next.
You think so?
I believe so. I believe it'll be her little sister, or his little sister. That's what I think. But a black man being a king does not fit what the powers that be want.
That's very interesting. You know, it's said that the more we do talk things out, the more we do start to heal, yes, but also the more we start to honor the person too, which is even deeper, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I have other battles to fight that are surrounding this.
Yeah.
So that narrative that I gave sounds kind of probably kind of conspiratorial.
You think?
I think so.
Why is that? I got to ask that. Why is that? The journalist in me's got to ask that question.
Say it again?
The journalist in me has to ask that question. Why is that?
I don't think anything happens by happenstance.
Huh.
I'm going to leave it right there for now.
I got to come back. Thank you, man, for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Like strong grip there, man. I almost came out of my chair.